Hi guys, on another mission now to collect the meat stuff, chicken and all that. It's not that I don't want to drive my own car, but the boot of the Aston is staggered, so it's 2 levels. So I cannot put a big pail, the kind of plastic pail that you use when you put your meat, your chicken, your fish and all that. They might have water and all that, so you need the pail. And basically the boot of the repeat cannot have that, and then I drive my wife's car. So okay, today I want to talk about something different. I want to talk about the package that the government has done. Okay, of course there will be people who will be benefited by it. Whether it's long term or short term is another question. But at its most immediate, right? There are people who work daily wages, and these people need to put food on the table. And what the government has done, an immediate package to give them money, straight up money. If you work in these sectors, straight away they give you money. And I saw some videos of people condemning this, saying that shouldn't give the people free money, should give loans to SMEs, blah blah blah. I'll come to that later. I will definitely come to that later. But my 2 cents is this: these people, when they receive the money that the government give them, they're not going to use it to buy something else. They need it to buy food, which means the money goes back out into the market. Another food seller is going to get paid, because these are essential things. Think of it as wartime, right? Because we are now almost equivalent to wartime, except without war, without whatever, because people need to put food on the table, right? Everybody needs to do that. And of course, there are risks of SMEs going belly up because of exposure, because the whole economy just completely come to a standstill. And yeah, I might need to sell all my cars if this goes on for another few months, and if I'm able to sell it, and I might need to, I don't know, we have to constantly innovate, find things to do. Anyway, I have to say this: I'm giving a thumbs up to the government. You see, you can have a long period of time to come up with a fantastic plan, which means people will have to wait and people will suffer. Or you can have a shorter period of time to quickly come up with a plan that is not as good, but you are out there helping people immediately, which is what our government has done. And the first thing, that 6 months moratorium, this is such a big thing for the entire nation, because most of us, the thing that we worry the most at our throat, the knives at our throat, are the bank loans. And to be able to allow us to have 6 months of it off, which means we can use the money. You see, as a business owner, first thing is to pay my staff. 10-11 years in this business, I never drag my staff salary one day. Even if I need to go and sell noodle in Jasco, I will pay them. Alright? I myself have to go and do that, I will still pay them. That is part of my to me. If you trust me, you work with me, this is my guarantee to you. Okay? I have staffs that last time when they came and joined me, they were in a financial difficulty, they can't even pay for their car loan. When they come and join me, immediately I pay for their car loan first. I'm someone who's like that. I take care of my people first, alright? That's the first thing. But if this goes on, there will come a time whereby I will be thinking, do I pay my house loan first, or do I pay my staff first? At the back of my head, I know which of my staff has a home loan, who doesn't have. That's the biggest criteria at the end of the day, right? To decide who to pay first when the going gets dry. Anyway, big kudos to the Muhyiddin government for immediately doing this. And as for the packages that they are doing to give out money to people, I have nothing to say about it, because I know giving out money to people is short term, but the decision was made in like less than a week. How big of a plan can they come up with? Imagine within 1 week if the government say, okay, this business area in Puchong, all of you shut down, right? How many employees you have? 20,000? How many bosses? 15,000? Okay, all of you, and then with your landlord, the landlord who owns the shop lots, because now they don't need to pay for their loan anymore, the landlords and the business owner and the staffs, okay, all of you, I put you all together into this big factory. Business owner, each of you have to take out 10k. The 10k is, instead of paying your shop lot your shop lot rental, you're paying this 10k upfront. We set up this factory to make face masks, and the staffs, your restaurant staffs, your whatever staffs, all of them come here and make face masks or make the ventilators. That is a crazy plan, but who can come up with such a plan in such a short time, right? Because if you can do that immediately, it is something that the world needs, which the world has shortage now, and then your business owners have business, and the staffs gets paid. That is the ultimate scenario, but come on, it's impossible to come up with such a plan in such a short time. Okay? So what they do, kudos, very, very good. And for the bankers, the banks, thank you so much for taking up the bite. And I need to shout out to Toyota Capital. You guys are brilliant. A big salute for me. Toyota Capital is not a banking institution protected by Bank Negara. They are not a bank. Okay? But this 6 months, they immediately announced they are giving 6 months moratorium to customers who took their car loan from Toyota Capital. Salute you guys, man. Amazing effort there. And this is a big thing for everybody. And if you are telling people, you see why people buy Toyotas, their cars are dependable. And the cars are dependable because the company and the people behind are dependable. And this has to be reflected in everything that they do. And for them to immediately think of the hardships that their customers are going to be facing, that means this is a company that is dependable. The way they think, the things that they do reflects the belief that they have. Alright? So I really salute Toyota for doing this. So I forgot what I was saying just now, but all I mean is this: money never ever goes to waste. Money flows. Okay? And I know everybody try to teach their kids to save money, to try and to don't spend money, don't spend. You know what? The kind of people that stops money from flowing. You think of money like a river, and then the river flows into the ocean, and then the ocean evaporates, and then it rains, and then it comes back to the mountains, and then goes back down to the river. This is how money flows, right? And when money and when water doesn't flow, the plants will die, blah 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 blah. Now, it is the teaching of saving money, try and save as much as possible, that created the mega wealthy people. People like Warren Buffett, people like Li Ka-shing. I know a lot of people say, oh, be like Warren Buffett, be like Li Ka-shing. Li Ka-shing is so rich, he only wears a Casio. Warren Buffett still wears his what? Very, very frugal. To me, these are the assholes, because they hoard money. They are like the dams that block the water from going down to the river. To me, these are the assholes, right? They try to hoard as much as possible for themselves, for their family, for their kids, for their generations, to have power and all that. And all the charity funds that they create, the charity funds are created by them, controlled by them. Why do you think it's a charity? It's tax free, bro. It's tax free. Anyway, money flows. So we need to flow. We need to exchange goods, exchange hands, not literally, but money exchange hands, so that everybody can have a sustainable life, right? So what the government is doing, yes, is pumping out money into the market, be it to the SMEs or be it to the poor. Money is flowing, okay? So I know a lot of SME people are struggling now, I myself included, but come to think of it, why should we even be angry, right? If that day comes, I can't have my cars, then I'll just sell them. If I need to drive a Kalisa or a Viva, I'll just drive that, and then try and think of something and work hard and get myself, I don't know, right? As long as we are alive, nothing bad can truly happen. Sorry for that. So yeah, again, thank you to the banks, thank you to our government, thank you to all the initiatives that you guys have done, holding off the PTPTN loans and all this is a great move. We will deal with it later, right? As another thing that I heard that some banks are tightening up on their OD facilities that they have pre-approved earlier on, and I heard that they are saying that people can go to the banks and apply loans to pull through this period of time, no collaterals and all that, and they were rejected by the banks. In a way, I hope the banks don't tighten up your facilities for now. I know the banks have to balance the balance sheets and all that, right? They manage the equilibrium. I know the banks have to do that, but I think do it on case-to-case basis, because there are good payees. They just need to sustain over this period of time. Yeah, I hope people, those with OD facilities and all that, do talk to your banks and assure them, don't cut your, don't block off your river, your little stream, right? When it's drying up, right? Because it needs to flow. The moment it stops flowing, that's when the hardship starts. All right. So I think the first person who came up with an AI, artificial intelligence program that can link the entire country's payment system, link it up, and use AI to identify the source and the debts and the creditors and all that, right? To automatically cancel off debts. I think that person who came up with this will be a trillionaire, because if you think about it, right, the money doesn't disappear, it just stops flowing. Identifying where it stops and where should it go automatically, that is the key word. You see, when nobody comes to the hotels, the restaurants and all that, right, and then they don't get their business, right, they can't pay their staff, the staffs cannot put food on the table, and then the government have to take money from elsewhere. But at the first place, the money that wasn't spent, because of people like us who are normally spenders, we don't dare to spend because our income, it stops somewhere. But if this AI program is able to identify where it is and link up the disconnected chains, I tell you. Anyway, that's just wishful thinking. And I think the first country who will be able to do that will be China, because China is so advanced now, so interconnected, right? Anyway, like I said, the worst thing that can ever happen is dying. Other than that, anything can be rebuilt. Don't lose faith. And I get to drive my cars for the next 6 months, but I do not know whether after that. Yeah, I've not been having businesses. No. But well, let's we'll see. Wake up. You can wake up and frown, you can wake up and smile. I choose to wake up and smile. Provided I don't get sick lah. If I get sick, then that's the other part. Last thing, my colleague, we did Naz Abdullah, my colleague, he did a thank you video to our heroes on the front line. Thank you to you all so much, and really appreciate that. And God bless everybody. Stay safe, take care, and we shall pull through this. I definitely believe we can pull through this. And so far, I'm really glad that we have a functioning government that at this point of time is doing its utmost best to lead everybody. A government that thinks ahead, that means able to come up with solutions that the people hasn't think of, is a clever government. And so far, I think they are a clever government.
Baby, let's talk to 것처럼 만나줘. 그만 생각해. 뭐가 그리 어려워. 너도 날처럼 키스해줘. 내가 너에게 마지막 사랑인 것처럼. 마지막 밤인 것처럼. 마지막처럼. 내일 따윈 없는 것처럼.
I was listening to some other music just now, but this just makes me feel better. You feel happier, right? This guy's just winning. What a mad car.
Soy el fuego que